While each of the 5 NCIS shows is excellent in its own right, one stands out as the greatest when all 5 are compared. For a variety of reasons, the greatest program is regarded as the pinnacle of the NCIS series. But above all, it is enduring due to its solid characters and consistency, which draw viewers in repeatedly. Since NCIS debuted in 2003 and is still broadcasting, the current cast of the show is not the same as the original. This doesn't, however, lessen the audience's ongoing fascination with the narrative and characters. Like any good crime procedural, NCIS had a distinctive slant that was developed further in subsequent seasons. The writers of the series aren't stopping there. NCIS Los Angeles, NCIS New Orleans, NCIS Hawaii, and NCIS Sydney have all come to define the universe of the plot. GDG launched the NCIS franchise in 1995. Although the success of GDG and its numerous supporting linking series has been overshadowed by the main NCIS universe, NCIS Origins and the Tony and Ziva spin-off are 2 upcoming programs that will make sure fans of the show never forget NCIS and that it changes with the times. Updates for NCIS Origins indicate that a fresh cast and time frame will be used to examine the past of Jeffro Gibbs, Mark Harmon, the enduring head of the NCIS team. For viewers who have been missing Gibbs' presence since Harmon left in season 19, this is welcome news. Since the main cast of NCIS shows is comprised of members of the Naval Criminal Investigative Service, all of the crimes they investigate have a connection to the Navy or the Marines. Naturally, every episode has ventured into uncharted terrain, delving into both common crimes and plots involving the military or the government. Although many fans of the show were shocked by its recent cancellation, NCIS Hawaii was never the best episode in the NCIS universe. In addition to pushing norms by placing a female special agent in charge of the NCIS Pearl Harbor unit, NCIS Hawaii was set against the picturesque backdrop of the titular island. The main agent, Jane Tennant, played by Vanessa Lachey, was a credit to both her squad and the NCIS brand. Sadly, NCIS Hawaii was canceled after just 3 seasons, even though NCIS Sydney debuted during Hawaii's run. It's difficult to pinpoint what NCIS Hawaii lacked that the other programs so effortlessly developed. It's true that network television's criminal procedural doesn't have the same appeal as it once did. Furthermore, the success of programs like NCIS Hawaii is largely down to the fan base that grew up with the original series. And when the episode debuted, more developed relationships within the NCIS universe were already broadcast. At the time of cancellation, nevertheless, it was still getting a foothold and gradually accelerating. Even so, there's no time or space for expansion given the state of television today. Hawaii was generally the weakest of the NCIS series, while CBS justified its cancellation with the show's high production costs and low viewership. It costs money to hire a whole new cast for NCIS Origins and invest in serialized shows like the Tony and Ziva spinoff. But there's no denying that viewers are becoming increasingly intrigued by these tales. NCIS Hawaii may return in the future, however, for the time being the show has concluded. Given that the Tony and Ziva spinoff will take place in Europe and that NCIS Sydney will feature a joint investigation between an Australian federal police squad and a US NCIS team, it appears that NCIS is generally heading towards a worldwide audience. The inherent tension between the American and Australian teams is one of the best things about NCIS Sydney thus far, rather than the gorgeous location or the new foreign laws to learn. Because of this, it is even more exciting when the characters start behaving like a team and gain each other's trust. NCIS Sydney is an international production because it is set in Australia and has Australian actors and producers. This is a significant accomplishment for an NCIS series and demonstrates the path the show's makers hope to take the series in the future. As viewers shift their attention from network dramas to streaming, CBS and Paramount Plus are making inroads in both markets. NCIS Sydney paved the way for future cross-border cooperation and the discovery of fresh ground for NCIS programs worldwide. It's still early in NCIS Sydney's run, so it's unclear how successful the program will end up being in the long run. The cancellation of NCIS Hawaii doesn't seem promising for the other iconic NCIS spin-offs, but Sydney is showing that it's different. Furthermore, NCIS Sydney already boasts a fantastic ensemble with a light-hearted dynamic that the viewers find endearing. Reaching the same heights as the previous chapters of the show will merely take time.